Alright guys, it's Sunday evening. I thought I'm gonna get out for a little bit. I'm gonna do something a little different. Whoa! Get my line broke. He's not that big, he just thinks he's mean. I got a 6-pound line and I got a medium light rod, so right, that makes it feel, I know somebody's going like, oops, came out of his mouth. Y'all going, that's what makes it fun. That's right, y'all know me, I'm gonna use light line for Ken. Now I do have a bait caster behind me with 15-pound on. I'm throwing some of my baits. I'm using all my baits. Tori skin. That's that Minnow. Okay. This is bottom flash and top. The top is blue highlights. It's a dual color. Guys, I'm in the process of making them. I'm gonna put them on the channel. Now I gave some to Doug. He goes by Dick Skiff on the channel, guys. You'll see he commented today. Just a little spotted bass. We're supposed to kill them, guys. So y'all think I got rough on him? Most guys hit him in the head with a pair of pliers. The game commission has told us to kill them. I have a hard time just killing them. I just get a little rough on them. If you injure him, something's going to eat him, right? I'd rather something to find him and eat him injured, like a catfish or something. Dick Skiff comment, I gave him some. I ran into him last week on the lake, and I gave him some. Told him to try him. He commented today, he said, crappie like them. I said, yeah, I know. I've been catching crappie on them, and bass like them. So this evening I thought, I'm going to show y'all how I've been using them. This is what I do when I get time to have fun. I put it on, this is a light head. I think they come in odd sizes, guys. This is a Z-Man head. I think it's a 1/10 or 1/8, but it's like a 1/16, that's what it is. And that's a good little hook, and I got the Minnow on it. All right, what I'm doing right here is a bridge here. Current comes through, it's not running now, but fish hold this area. I'm looking for schools of shad, like right here. I lost it. I'm sorry for the noise, guys. There's idiots here. They cross this bridge, they got to run it wide open. They're having fun with it, I reckon, aren't they? I reckon when I was a kid, hey, I had a 69 Dodge Dart 340 GT. I done the same thing. See there? Mine was 4-speed in the floor, and she would spin all 4 gears. So I done the same thing. I'm just saying it's noisy. I'm not complaining about it, because I was a kid one time too. All right. Now they're 50 feet out there. All right, and that could be a big kid too, couldn't it? A lot of people around this lake have older cars. I know one guy's got 2 nice old cars, like from the 70s. I don't know what that was, I wasn't looking, but a lot of Novas around here, and old Chevelles, and that kind of thing. All right, that's what, those old muscle cars, you know, you get them out and play with them once in a while, right? That's what I'm doing. Those fish moved on, I don't see them. And that's what you got to do. You just got to cast, take a chance getting in front of them. If I don't see another one, I start looking again. But in this area, you usually can find fish. There are always fish here. They don't move to my left. There's always fish here because there's always shad here in the evenings. Now the current flow is not moving. When the current flow is moving, it's easier to find them. And tighten my drag up. All right, guys. That's what I was telling you. Bam. What do you think? Told you crappie would bite it too. Here, like that. And that's a 3-inch Minnow, and that's what Doug and I was talking about. Now, some of these fish that you see, tighten my drag. I love this reel because I can flip this lever, take the drag off. I can flip it this way and it stops it. See, so I can set the drag pretty loose, where I can set the hook hard without breaking my line. When I'm fishing deep, then I can just tighten up on it. That's what Doug and I was talking about, is that this bait will catch both. And you're in an area that has both and you're just fishing, that's fine, you know. I don't mind catching a bass once in a while. I catch plenty of them. But right now I'm fishing for anything. And that's what I'm doing. Throwing over here at schools of fish. And if they're crappie, that's fine. If they're bass, that's fine. A lot of times I can tell the difference. Sometimes I can't. All right, guys, bam. Don't look. You can't look at this bait I'm using. It's secret. All right, what do you think? Now, guys, I got this mold last week. I got the video coming to me when I first got it. I've done unboxing. Never done it before in my channel. I thought it'd be something new. Unboxed it and I poured some colors on it. It's a 2-inch swim bait. It's thin, okay? Got a lot of tail action. You can see that just shaking it, can't you? I got 2 swim baits. I'll show you the other one in a minute. People ask me about this jig head. This is Gamakatsu. It's a 1/16. See how short the hook is? It's called a live bait jig. I tell y'all I'm fishing a road bed here. You can see that now. Can you see the road bed comes out there and goes, yep, right off, falls right off, done to 22 foot. So that's the old road coming out, and that's the bridge where the bridge used to be. And I fish this right often, guys. And sometimes there's fish here, as you can see right there now. It might be 2 or 3 there, but I done come by them a couple times. I ain't paying attention to it. Catching fish sometimes is a matter of timing, just finding them, and then they got to be feeding. You know, I caught a couple of that. There was about 10 in a group on the other part of the bridge, and I caught 2 out of it, and the rest of them nibble. I think a lot of them are perch. A lot of them are sun perch, some kind of sun perch too, because they look pretty small, and there's probably a few crappie mixed in with them. It's not many. I don't think there's many crappie here. And I see one nice fish there. He's moving. He's gone now. That's probably a bass. All right, guys. I made the move out to the main channel, and trying this current's running. My trolling motor, y'all can tell it's constantly running. It's because they're running current. Y'all heard me talk about that before. That makes it tough out here. He's about the same size, but that's why I'm throwing this big head. 1/16. If I throw a lighter head back there, it'll never get more than a foot deep. All right, guys. The other dock, the current got so bad I couldn't fish it. I'm trying to knock this. I couldn't fish it. It kept pushing me. I got hung up 2 casts in a row because it pushed me around the post, and my boat wouldn't stay where I wanted to spot lock it, so it kept backing up on me. So I just left it. Sometimes what you got to do. Some crappie there, but you know, if you can't fish it from the current, you can't fish it. So this lake's like that, and when the current's running, it makes it tough crappie fish. Now the bass, he's about 11. Caught him on ice color cricket, guys. Now I threw a swim bait under there. They bumped it a couple times, quit on it. I said, okay, guys, a swim bait is for active fish. I'm going to say that. I'm going to put them on the channel, but I'm going to tell you, they're not a cricket, and they're not a willowtail. Those type baits work. I'm going to say they work all the time, okay? But I got bait scattered everywhere. A cricket, a swim bait is for active fish, because you reel it real slow. It works good around a brush pile, open water. You can use it on a dock like this. You got to be careful. At that bridge where I caught a couple, I could throw it out, let it sink, and reel it back past the bridge. Good gosh, I think a bass just grabbed him. What in the world? No? I don't know what happened. He stopped. You ever been catching a crappie and a bass grab him? That's happened to me a couple times. Happened to me in a video. And he had him for a little while, smaller crappie. But I don't know what happened to that crappie. He just stopped. Stopped dead. I don't know if my line hit something. I'm feeling my line now. I don't know of anything there. That's a fat crappie. Look how wide he is from his back to his belly. Gosh, guys. Like I said, I hit the right color that time. Y'all hear me say that I'm a broken record in changing colors. I do porta catches. I use the same color the whole time, guys. Y'all know that. But I'm out fishing. I have different colors rigged up. I've got 4 rods, and I'll have 4 different colors rigged up most of the time if I'm just out fishing. And a bug will be on one of them. One of them keeps a bug on it. Now it keeps a pretty bird on it too. I got a 3-incher on one. It's no here. 3-incher stays on it. A 3-inch minnow. You've seen me already catch one on that today, right? It stays on it. I ain't scared to throw it. I ain't scared of it. So now I got to move my boat. It's working itself. It's just a current. People coming by me, guys. People run right back, come right by me, wave at me, like, "What's that guy doing? What's he doing sitting there close to that dock? He's catching crappies. What he's doing? He's catching crappie. That's what he's doing." Oop. Hey, that was an easy release. Let me get this thing away from the dock a little further before I beat his dock. I'm gonna tell you what. He's part bass. You gotta love it, guys, when they jump out of the water, because I'm reeling him. I'm not letting him get too deep anyway, but he jumped. I got 4-pound test. I just winch him in. I don't, 4 pound. I just winch him. Stop. Guys, that's a nice fish too. I tell you, it's the nicest fish I've caught for a while. I mean, they're all running. That's a good He's a good 11 and a half. They're good eating size fish. Now, if you're going to eat some, that's a good eating size fish. All right, but I'm not going to keep you out very long. All right, see how you tear your cricket? You tear them with those pliers. But guys, don't tell that guy that makes these baits this. But if you flip it around, come back in right on the inside of that nose. These things are expensive, guys. I've learned to get all I can get out of them. There you go. Good for another go. And look, y'all notice I don't have a collar on this jig. You'll get a lot more out of them. If you're using a collar and say, well, I'm only getting 2 or 3 fish, I've made porta catches, guys, with 8, 10, 12 catches, same jig, no problem. All right, I beat them up on the side of the dock, hitting that wood on the side of the dock, and those pliers. If you keep those pliers off them, sometimes you got to use your plier. I heard Ward for Crappie the other Monday night. Some of y'all guys, I know y'all watch them. I see y'all making comments. He said most of his jigs get destroyed by the pliers. That's it. I agree with him on that one. All right, guys, I figure it's getting later in the evening. Come here. No. I'm going to swing him in the boat, guys. Bam. I had him going. I got 6 pound on this rod and reel. This is when I set up just for dock and stuff and to throw the swim bait. I threw that swim bait under there. Bam. He's about 10 and 5/8. All right, that's that big old heavy 1/16. But that's what you got to have to throw it and get it down fast. You got to reel it, and you want to stay you want to have your head on that swim bait because you want to stay at the right depth. Okay. I haven't tried it on this one yet, but on the Kitex, I use them a lot. 2-inch Kitex, I use the Charlie Brewer weedless head, and I rig them weedless. I will get a chance. I will try that. Okay, show y'all how I do that. But well, this is getting smaller. I won't net him. I went back to the cricket, guys. I threw a swim bait about 6 licks, and last couple I could see that the fish wasn't even moving. But like I say, it's for the active fish because you're moving it the whole time. Sometimes you need to bait. That's fine. You know, to pull a couple off. But the swim bait is excellent right after the spawn. When the crappie are spawning and finishing up spawning, to me is the best in this fall. Here in a couple weeks, well, let's say 2 months here, October, I'll get back on that swim bait. Okay, and I'll show y'all some stuff you can do with it. You can put it on blade head. Some of y'all guys throwing blade heads. You can put it on blade head. Okay. If you're trolling. Y'all guys that are trolling, you're trolling curly tail grubs, you can troll it. Just like you would a curly tail grub. Little tail's gonna be wobbling instead of spinning, right? Bam. Bam. All right, guys, I'm gonna go back into the bridge. It's 7:15. He's about 8 and, oh, he might be 8 and a half, guys. Maybe 8 and 9/16. Look, I'm gonna go back into the bridge, throw that big minnow around some. These crappie here are getting a little tough. They done caught on to me. It's quite a few small ones back in there. The bigger ones over here, some small ones back. That's where that one came from. I think they're all about that size right there, so that's fine. I done had fun with them. Let's go back to the bridge and see if we can get into a decent sized bass. I've caught stripers there in the evenings. I'm catch crappie there in the evenings. You know, I done caught one there this evening. Let's go and see if we can get back into them there. All right, guys, there's a bunch of little bass running around here. Hooking up with them's not easy. They're hard to fool sometimes. And they're chasing shad, so sometimes by the time you throw there, by the time you throw where they're at, they're gone. If you know what I mean. You throw one spot, and I'm spotting them on the live scope. These are under the water. That's a largemouth. I switched to the wild color. Yep, wow. And it was about 6 of them. They're still out there about 45 feet. And that's what I'm doing. The shad everywhere. Y'all can't see it. The GoPro's not going to show you, but you can see those schools of shad. There's a little pod. Y'all know how they ruffle the surface? There's one over there. And I can see them under the water too in the live scope. So that's what. Oh, I had messed another one. That's what I was telling y'all earlier before I went up to the main channel after it was crappie. I came back here before it gets dark. So it'll be dark in about half an hour. I come back in here and get after the bass and crappie. I'll catch both on this minute. I done this last week one evening and I caught crappie and bass because there's crappie off this old bridge here in front of me. So I'm in 9 foot, but it's 20 foot right there. I'm right on the edge of 20 foot of water, guys. That's why this is a good spot too. Hey folks, hey, this was just a Sunday afternoon and I'm trying to go out and catch some fish, okay? trying to throw this 3-inch minnow as much as I can. You know, when Doug was down here last week, and I gave him a few of the 3-inch minnows, we ran into each other in the lake. And I've handed them out to quite a few people I ran into in the lake. Everybody comes back and says that they'll catch fish, guys. And they'll catch bass and crappie, okay? If you're around some bass, you can put them on jig head, throw them in schooling bass or around a dock, they'll catch bass. If you get in some decent crappie or schooling crappie, throw that in there 2 or 3 times first, you'll be surprised. You catch the active fish off the school first, sometimes some of the bigger fish, okay? And also threw some other baits around too, guys. I fished the bridge area, just had a fun evening. But what I was trying to do was fish with a 3-inch minnow as much as I could that evening and just have a time with it. Guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. These are just fun videos I throw in there on Wednesdays and Fridays, okay? When I was going out and fishing and using different baits. Hope you enjoyed it. Hey, Dennis, see you next time. Fishing Lake Country.